Hey guys, grow the farm up. We're doing a little early season row crop tillage here on a seed corn field for a couple of reasons. One of the reasons is that herbicide sensitivities. It just so happens this female inbred is sensitive to the PI inhibitors and the male is sensitive to the growth regulators. So it really kind of kicks out the Balance Flex, the Corvus line of herbicides. I would never recommend putting Corvus on seed corn to begin with. And it also kicks out some of those good old growth regulators, 2,4-D, things like that you can use. And so sometimes you have to use tillage, but let's take a quick trip through history and let's incorporate a little Albert Einstein with our farming today. Albert Einstein theorized that all matter is energy. And that's where he derived that little known equation that none of us have ever heard of called E equals mc squared, right? And if all matter is equal as simply a form of energy, then conceptually the human system is really not that much different than the plant or soil system. For soil, the current energy level in the field can be determined by measuring the soil electrical conductivity as a direct measurement of energy flow in a soil system. Basically, energy measured in ergs. And if you've never heard of that, Google it, look it up. It's ERGS. They make ergometers. And it is essentially ergometers measure the energy released per gram per second. And the ergs show the function of the soil's ion concentration, clay type, moisture content, porosity, temperature, salinity, different things like that. Measuring in ergs is telling you how much energy is available for plant growth. Now, when you do soil tillage, early season soil tillage like this, I have to give my YouTube channel buddy credit here. This is his quote. He quoted calls it the no-till church, and it's funny. Yeah, I can't. I got to give him credit for the quote because I didn't come up with it. And you know those folks in the no-till church. Some of them act like if you even put a culture in the ground, you're farming the wrong way. And if you guys have watched my videos, you know I'm all about as much no-till as possible, cover crops, things of this nature. But I always do in-row soil cultivation with my seed corn. One, for weed control, so that I don't have to spray herbicides that could be sensitive, that these inbreds could be sensitive to, which would affect their quality and nutrient uptake for next year. But second of all, I have an ergometer, and see that soil over there that hasn't been tilled yet? If I put that ergometer in there, it's reading about 120. About 20 minutes right behind the cultivator here, it's reading almost 380 and over 400. So that's telling you that there is more energy available in that soil as it's been tilled. And some guys do this in the spring with their spring tillage, and that gets the ergs up. Some guys, I like to wait until we're planted and we're in rows and then come out as early as possible, because with seed corn, getting that corn to grow as exactly evenly as possible. And it can be done a lot of different ways. It can be done with fertility programs. You can put on, sulfur, phosphorus, potassium. It's all about negative and positive anions and cations. And basically, when you till your soil like this, especially in the 100-degree heat like today, look at that sun beating down on you. It's like clicking on the light switch to your soil, and it makes all of the nutrients in the soil that much more available. And so a little bit of Einstein today mixed with farming. I think it's better that I do the necessary tillage, get the erg count up, and get the seed corn growing as evenly as possible. I think that's more important than it is that I keep my soil, perfectly, or should I say, keep the no-till church pasture perfectly happy. I think you guys that are growing next year's seed corn would be surprised what a early season cultivation like this is worth. In just a mere 2 or 3 days, you won't even be able to recognize the crop beans. We did just side dress it with a mix of biologics and various different nutrients. I'm not giving away all my secrets here, guys. Got to keep a few of them now. That's not, you don't remain the nation's premier independent seedsman growing higher nutrient dense seed than anyone else in the country by telling everybody all your secrets on YouTube. But I just thought I'd run that by you guys if you've never heard of it, called ERGS, ERGS. Google it, look it up. It is basically the conductivity and the amount of energy in your soil that your soil has for plant growth. So there you have it. A little bit of Einstein, a little bit of farming, a little bit of tractor driving, and a little bit of early season cultivation on a seed corn field that's looking very, very nice. Einstein and farming. I don't know who is smarter. Grow the farm up.